if you want to know if you actually love a person that much, you have to first ask yourself, do you know what love is? Like, do you actually know what love is? Loving a person, being in love, and what it means to actually love. Because for many individuals, is what I perceive is that they love the idea of a person, but not necessarily loving the person. They think that's love, but in fact, they just loving the idea that they project onto another person. And what does it mean? It means that they're actually just loving themselves. Because it's an idea, it's a fantasy that you project out onto another person. And only then you would love such a person if they behave in such a way that aligns to what you imagine. So, meaning you're only living in a fantasy and you only love that person under a certain condition, that is, they have to be a way that you expect to see. So is this love? Is this love then? This possibly is more about selfishness. It's about you only see what you imagine, and only what you see, what you imagine, only what you take in such a person, and you would say you love them. But is this true love? What is love then, right? What is love? Love is, even if you know this person is not how you expect, what you want them to be, right? If you want someone to behave exactly the way that you want them to do, that is manipulation. That is manipulation. That is actually not love. That is just you trying to change people around you to fit into what you want them to be. That is controlling. That is not love. That is manipulation. Love is very inclusive. Love is flexible. Love is with discipline as well. Love is sweet, but it can also be bitter. It's bitter, but it's bittersweet. Love is when you understand this person or everyone around myself has his or her own vision, whatever they want to do. And you're not trying to change them into the way that you want them to be, but you're trying to support them to become who they see themselves to be. That is love. Love is supportive. Love is not trying to convince them, trying to make them into what they are not. If you truly love a person, you ask them, what do you see? What do you need? What is it that you want to become, to be a better version of yourself? And I would love to hear from you. I would love to listen to your thoughts and stories. And I would love to go on a journey with you as I go on my own internal journey as well as I grow. That is love. That is company. That is actually what true partners are when they are in love with each other. True partners do not try to change each other, but they try to bring out the best in the other person by being the best version of oneself, of themselves. This is growing side by side. It is not about I want a husband, or I want a wife, or I want a woman or a man in this way because I want them to be this. They have to dress in this. They have to have such a status, such an education. Sure, these are all criteria. But at the end of the day, is there love? If you choose transaction over love, your entire marriage would be about transactions. It would be about money, would be about status, would be about how you want other people to perceive how your family is, but not how you actually feel when you go home. That's the difference. If you marry into transaction, or you marry for transaction, that's exactly how a loveless family would be formed. Because you don't even value love in the first place. Why would love even find you? You marry into the idea of something. You marry into a fantasy that you want. You think that is what you want. You think that is what's going to bring you happiness because you don't even know what love is. You think that is love. You think that is what's going to be the best for you. That's going to be your happy ever after. No. If you just only want money and transaction and you're just like, yeah, that's all about it. I just need that. I don't even need love. Go for it. Like, go for it. I totally respect whoever feels in this way. But if you are actually a person that you know that you need love, but you're just rejecting it. Okay? If you're just rejecting love, you try to avoid love because it hurts, because it feels so real, because it's so threatening. Because you feel that if you actually fall in love with a person, you lose control. That's exactly what you need to go into. Because you have been controlling so much that look at you now. Look at you now. Look at you. Why did you click into this video? Because you're trying to understand what love is, because you're engulfed by love and you don't know where to go. You don't know how to fix it. Because you don't have to fix anything. You just have to feel. You're not here to fix people, places. You're here to feel, and you would naturally know what you have to do. You're not here to plan, to scheme, to strategize how to get this woman, how to get this man, how to get that title, because I can just sleep with this person and I will get it. Sure, you can do it, but at the end of the day, are you happy? Is this what you need? Is this really what you need? You need this. You really need this? You need this? Okay, sure. So for a temporary period of time, you need this, but you just wake up, at one point, you're just like, I'm so lonely. I'm so damn lonely. I don't even know what I'm doing. I have the money. I have all the materials around me. People praising me. People complimenting me. But they don't actually see who I am. They don't see who I am. They just know my mask. They just know my status. They just know what I say, but they don't know how I feel. They never ask about me. They never see the true me. They never know. They never even care who I am. So at this point, you would be so confused, because it's like, I thought that's what I love. I thought that's what I need. I thought that's what I want. But you're so broken. You don't even know who you are. You thought that's what success means. Success. Having everything in your life. But you have going into the opposite. You have been going on the opposite direction to whatever you truly, truly need. And that is love. And it's at this point that you realize that you have been going on to the opposite direction. And now you wake up and you see, you look around you, people surrounding you, you're in a crowd, and you are as lonely as ever in a room full of people. You're scared of being alone. You're scared of even being in the crowd, because no matter where you go, you feel lonely. You're lonely. And that's the truth, and you know it. So do you actually love a person? Do you love the people around you? Do you love your family? Or they come with responsibilities? Do they come with responsibilities? They are just your burdens. They're just your responsibilities turned into burdens. They come from transactions. They're not from love. Your children come into this world with, already being labeled as responsibilities, not love. They don't have a happy childhood. No, they didn't. No. Because you didn't have a happy childhood yourself. And you didn't heal from it. And so now that passed on to your next generation. Yeah, you run away. You chose to run away. You chose to avoid the trauma. You chose to avoid to heal. And that is exactly why you are here now, facing yourself in the mirror, and you look at yourself, you're like, what the hell have I been doing? Why am I feeling this now? It's a lot, and I can't say a word. It's all here in the chest, and you can't even express how it feels like. You have not been talking to yourself. You have not been asking how you actually feel, but you have been only activating your intellectual side and thinking that's what you need. So you get married because you think you need to get married because society says so. And you choose the person to marry to because you think that's a good wife material. You can do whatever you want and you don't have to even care about her feelings because she's just an object. She's just a commodity. She can do all the housework. She can carry children. That's good enough. You can just go make money and you can just go have a lot of affairs, and your wife can't even say a word because she doesn't have the financial strength to even talk to you about it. She can't run away. She's being constrained in this marriage. She can't. She really can't. And you know it. And you feel like you're the most successful person in the world because you are in control of everything in your life. You have the money, you have a family that happens to be not happy at all. It's all broken, but it seems so to other people, and that's good enough. So it's all a facade. But you're empty. You look good on the outside for other people, and no one knows that you are breaking down from within. You're having an absolutely meltdown, absolute anxious episode. You have panic attacks and you are hopeless. You feel horrible, but you don't know how to fix it. And you try to fix it from the external. You try to fix people around you, but then you realize that very quickly, no, it's not working. And so you start to go within. You start to see, oh, wow, okay, it's actually from me. I have not been facing it. I have not been facing the lessons that I have to go through for myself. And I have been blaming other people for what they do. And I have not been seeing what I have to work on. And so here it is. What is love to you? Start from self-love. This is actually what you need to work on now. It is something that you have to face in this lifetime. If you don't do it, you're going to do it next life. This is a blunt truth. I'm just telling you the truth. If you're not doing it in this lifetime, you have to do it again. Yep, because you agreed to do so before your incarnation. So if you don't do it now, I don't care if you believe in incarnation or like afterlife or not. No, I don't care if you believe in it or not, because I'm just telling you the truth. And if you think there's no God, that's all right, because God is just a definition. It doesn't matter if it's a person or not, because it is not a person. God is not a person. So if you're a scientific guy and you feel like there's no God, okay, cool, yeah, because it's not a person. It's just a definition. It depends on how you see it. But is it there? Does it exist? Well, you're existing, so does God. Everything comes in existence for a particular reason, and so does the word God. And so do you. So if you exist, that means you have a reason to be here, right? And why would the word God exist? It has a reason to be there. Simple logic, okay? And similarly, why are you listening to this video up till now, and also you click into this video? There's a reason behind it. So it's time for you to realize what you have to do for yourself with love, and also, do you actually love what you do? Do you actually love the people around you? Or you are just loving the idea that you project out onto other people and the things and your job and what you see as actually successful? You're just loving the idea of it. You don't actually love it. True love doesn't blame. True love embraces. True love forgives. True love sees the flaws in other people and they still choose to love unconditionally, but with boundaries. Because that's operating out of self-love. So self-love and love, they go hand in hand. And never forget this. Okay? You don't have to love other people to the point that you have to sacrifice your own well-being. Nor do you have to love yourself to the point that you have to harm other people and to change them into the way that you want them to be. Balance is the key. Okay? Self-love and love go hand in hand.